Now, when the war forced a young man named Nzi Silas to flee from Amba in southern Cameroon in 2017, he hoped that Yaoundé, the capital of neighboring La République, would offer safety, dignity, and a chance to rebuild. But what he found instead was a bitter truth. Even within supposed refuge, Ambazonians are treated like second-class humans, perpetual outsiders, and easy targets for hatred masked as tradition. On June 20th, a routine day turned into a nightmare when Silas, now a well-known fish vendor in Marshall Tudi, was accused of an absurd act of witchcraft, stealing a man's penis with a handshake. His accuser, which is a longtime acquaintance who later confessed to being driven by jealousy and resentment, what followed was not just a personal attack, it was a collective public lynching. Over 500 people gathered, unleashing brutal mob violence on Silas with sticks, stones, slaps, and kicks. He was dragged through the streets like an animal, not because of any evidence, not even getting a word in his defense, but out of sheer cruelty, because he bore the label that so many fear and hate in silence, Ambazonian. This case is not just about an outrageous superstition. It is about the deep-rooted xenophobic tendencies in La République society, especially towards Ambazonian, southern Cameroon. Silas was not believed, he was not protected, he was not even heard, and he was treated not as a fellow citizen seeking refuge from a war his own government ignited. Even after the Atudi, gendarmerie took both Silas and his accuser into custody, and a medical examination proved that the accusation was entirely false. Silas remained unsafe. A mob still gathered outside his home, was raided, robbed, and nearly set on fire by those emboldened not just by the rumor, but by a sheer disdain for who he is and where he is from. 8 of those responsible have been arrested, but that doesn't change the fact Silas survived, barely. Others may not, others have not. Now, this is what it means to be an Ambazonian in La République today. A refugee, a scapegoat, and a victim all in one. Well, without technicians, I'd like to take a look at this video if it's available. The video of him testifying what this ordeal was like.
I salute all winner for this house. I first of all want to thank all winner way when we take una time. I salute all winner for this house. I first of all want to thank all winner way when we take una time for post me for Facebook, for WhatsApp, all winner way when post me. I really pray say God could really bless una. I really want to tell una what way be really happen for market Refugee. The boy way. He really accused me say I don't thief in Bangala. So now just some my business colleague, so my business partner way he ever supply me plastic for market. As I just come for morning time, I see me the boy. I greet the boy as he been at my person way they ever supply me. As I don't greet the boy go 15 minutes now after the boy just come up can't tell me say in Bangala don't lost. I think say the boy the play na play. Now so as now so people then join your ear say Mbangala all man just climb on top me, start they beat me, yeah, now with the help of gendarme now thank God say gendarme they be they corner me, they carry me now so as they come out for me say we want go for post now so camera them people then just come out now with camera they talk say Mbangala they start they snap me, they beat me, and they think they start they beat me where they never yet know the side of the story, and they never even know whether the boy in Bangala no loss or never lost. They just start they insult me, they beat me. Now before one reason now for posted the police gendarmerie the A2D. Now they carry the boy, they go with you for room, they check in Bangala, all thing be day fine. They carry you again, they go with you for hospital general for check whether any of the thing don't ever lost. All thing be day fine. Now they carry me back, they just go put me for some site. Yeah, now so as I be there for gendarmerie, I no be know the population them that people them they team up go for my house. They just broke the door into two. They scatter all money where we keep on for them. My television, gas split, all thing they scatter and they remove all thing what we get them for us. I mean all thing, all my capital. They enter my marketplace to that very day. They scatter all my marketplace, bags them for crayfish. So I be just come for bush. I put them for they tear them, back them from bunga where we get them. They tear them. They almost be one burn the place. And my sister, them, all my brother, they were they ever supply them janga. They beat all of them. Now so security not there for me for A to G for something where me I never do. So I beg.
Oh well, we see that this is what it means to be Ambazonian in La Republique today. A refugee, a scapegoat, and a victim all in one. While war and displacement push thousands to seek for safety to flee the southern Cameroons, the very country that they could have called home. We see lack of safety in countries especially like La Republique. La Republique cities is often met with suspicion, mockery, and as this case shows, mob justice that goes to show injustice and hate for Ambazonians. It goes unchecked until it is nearly too late. Well, Silas and Zab nearly survived. But then how can one flee war only to meet public execution in the name of superstition? Where is the state when its so-called citizens are hunted for being different? Well, a pattern, not an exception. La Republique claims Southern Cameroons as part of its own, but then it avoids to save Ambazonians in its own corridors. Silas's story is not isolated. It is emblematic of the everyday risks Southern Cameroonians face, both at home and in exile. The hostility is systemic, the disdain is learned, and the discrimination is tolerated in borders of La Republique, until the Ambazonian people are free to live with dignity in their own land and no longer forced to beg for safety in hostile territories. Stories like Silas's, sadly, will keep coming into the news. This is not a refuge crisis. It is a crisis of humanity, one where dignity and identity alone can get you killed.